Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we are going back in time again. And this time we're going to be in the 1960s.
That's right. We're going to learn some phrases and some slang that were really popular back in 1964.
Exactly. And most of these phrases and words we still use today. So it's very interesting and very good to know.
That's right. I'm looking forward to this trip back in time. So why don't we get started with the dialogue?
Hey man, I really like your pad. Those lava lamps are far out. Thanks for letting me crash here tonight.
It's no problem, brother. I wanted a pad where people could come, listen to music, and just hang loose. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it, man. We should throw a bash here and make it really happening scene.
Yeah, man, that would be groovy. Hey, I got to split for a while. Are you okay here by yourself?
Don't worry about me, brother. You go take care of your business.
All right, peace out.
All right, so great dialogue. Very popular in the 60s. The music, the mood, and the words, right?
That's right.
So why don't we get down to business and look at the vocabulary that we saw in this dialogue in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Well, the dialogue opened and we heard this guy say, "Hey man, I really like your pad."
I really like your pad.
Pad.
Okay, so pad, a very informal way of saying
Your apartment.
your apartment, right? And now you can still use it today.
Yeah, that's right. We often hear the expression bachelor pad.
Okay, a bachelor pad.
So that's an apartment where a single man lives.
Okay, so a bachelor pad. Usually it's very nicely decorated and really a nice apartment, right?
Or maybe it has empty pizza boxes all over the floor, Marco.
Also a bachelor pad.
Yeah.
But so that's what pad means, an apartment.
Yep.
They were talking about the apartment and he said the lava lamps are far out.
Far out.
Okay, it's far out.
So that's really cool or amazing.
Right. And now lava lamps, those are those strange cone-looking lamps, right?
Kind of a light with like some liquid moving inside.
Moving
it.
inside. Very
Yeah.
popular in the 60s.
Yeah, we'll
So-
post some pictures of that.
Yeah. And the lamps are far out. So now you can use that with other things, right? Like you are really far out.
Yeah, or this music is really far out.
Okay.
It kind of gives you the feeling like it's sort of spacey.
Spacey.
Yeah.
All right. So the pad is really far out. The lava lamps are great. And he was saying, thanks for letting me crash here tonight.
To crash.
So to crash at someone's place.
Right. So we're not talking about like a car crash here.
No.
But so when you crash somewhere, what do you do?
Well, you are staying there, then you're going to stay there
So you're
as
gonna,
a guest.
Yeah, so like sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep. And for free.
For free, yes.
Yes.
So if, for example, you're going to New York and you're going to visit a friend, you might crash at your friend's house.
That's right. So interesting word, and it is quite commonly used now. So why don't we hear some examples of how we can use it?
Example 1.
Hey man, can I crash at your place tonight?
Example 2.
I lost my keys, so I'm crashing at my girlfriend's house.
Example 3.
No, you've been sleeping on my couch for a month. You're not going to crash here tonight.
All right, perfect. So to crash, right? It's still commonly used today.
Yep.
Now for the fourth word, groovy.
Groovy.
That would be groovy.
So again, this means like great or cool or really nice.
Yeah, I think this is one of the main words of the 1960s. Something was groovy.
Yes, I agree. So it kind of gives you the sense that it's sort of really cool, but in a relaxed way.
Yeah, it's groovy. This music is really groovy.
That's right.
And finally, his friend, he said, hey, I got to split for a while.
To split,
Okay, so if I say I have to split,
you have to leave.
I have to leave.
Yep.
Very colloquial, and it means I have to leave for a little bit.
Yep.
Split for a while.
That's right. You may not have heard this one before, so why don't we hear some examples to help you understand how it's used?
Example 1.
Hurry up! We've got to split before the police get here!
Example 2.
This party is boring. Let's split.
Example 3.
I have to wake up early tomorrow, so we're going to split.
Okay, very good. So split. Now, also, I think you can use it for relationships, right? Me and him, me and her, me and her split up.
That's right. So you ended your relationship.
Yeah, split. Okay, so we saw 5 really common phrases from the 1960s. Let's listen to the dialogue again a little bit slower, and then we'll come back and look at some phrases from the 60s.
Hey man, I really like your pad. Those lava lamps are far out. Thanks for letting me crash here tonight.
It's no problem, brother. I wanted a pad where people could come, listen to music, and just hang loose. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it, man. We could throw a bash here and make it a really happening scene.
Yeah, man, that would be groovy. Hey, I got a split for a while. Are you okay here by yourself?
Don't worry about me, brother. You go take care of your business.
All right. Peace out.
All right, well, I want to get started at looking at these 1960s slang phrases. So let's go now with putting it together.
Putting it together.
All right, I'm putting it together today. Let's start with the first part. He talked about, you dig what I'm saying.
I dig it, man.
You dig what I'm saying?
To dig it.
All right. So we know the verb dig, which means to make a hole, right?
Yeah.
But now he's talking about understand.
Yeah, basically, you dig what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And when he says, I dig it, he says, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's also another meaning to this, right? Apart from understand.
Yeah, it can also mean I like it.
Okay, so I really dig this type of music.
Or I really dig this restaurant.
Okay, so it's kind of, I like it. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, moving on. He said, we could throw a bash here.
All right, throw a bash.
To throw a bash.
So first of all, what is a bash?
A bash is a party.
A really great party.
An amazing party.
Now, I want to look at this verb to throw something. So
Okay.
we know that you throw a ball, right?
Right.
But how can you throw a party?
Well, it's basically saying you organize or you host a party.
Okay, and how can you use this phrase?
Okay, so I can say, last week I threw a birthday party in my house.
Okay, or let's throw a bash to celebrate your engagement.
Okay, or next week I'm going to throw a dinner party at my house.
Okay, so to throw a party. And it's usually used for parties, right?
Right, you wouldn't throw a
meeting.
All right,
no,
exactly.
No.
Okay, so now we heard them use the word man a lot, right? Hey, man.
Yeah, that's right. Now, this is so common, even in modern English, that I think we need some examples.
Example 1.
Hey man, watch where you're going.
Example 2.
Yeah, man, that's a great idea.
Example 3.
Man, that was awesome.
So man is one of those words that you just use at the end of your sentences.
Or the beginning.
Or the beginning.
Anywhere.
And so you say, hey man, or yeah man.
Yeah. But what about, do you have to be a man to use it? Or do you have to be talking to a man to use it?
No, not really. Men and women use the word man.
Yeah.
And you can call a girl like, hey man, how are you?
Yeah, but that sort of means that she's a really, really good friend, like the same level of friend as your guy friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Very good. And now for the last phrase, I'm putting it together. He said, you go take care of business.
To take care of business.
Okay, so I have to take care of business.
So we're not really talking about business and work here, are we?
No. So basically what we're saying is go handle your affairs.
So do the things you have to do.
Okay. So, or solve your problem. So if I say, I have to go to City Hall today and take care of some business.
So you're maybe going to do something like
Pay my taxes or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so to take care of business.
Okay, so we heard some great phrases. We saw these words. Let's listen to the dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk about this great decade.
Hey man, I really like your pad. Those lava lamps are far out. Thanks for letting me crash here tonight.
It's no problem, brother. I wanted a pad where people could come, listen to music, and just hang loose. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it, man. We should throw a bash here and make it really happening scene.
Yeah, man, that would be groovy. Hey, I got to split for a while. Are you okay here by yourself?
Don't worry about me, brother. You go take care of your business.
All right, peace out.
All right, so 1960s, very famous among rock music, the peace
Yeah.
and conflicts and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess in English or Anglo pop culture, we look back at this decade very fondly.
Yeah, and also we really relate it to the hippie movement, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People with long hair and baggy clothes
Yeah.
and, living in their cars, going from concert to concert.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of music, I think if we think 1960s, at least in Anglo world, in the Anglo world, we think of the best music. Like, I think this is the golden age of music in English-speaking countries.
Yes, it was a very good era. And, well, what do you guys think? Do you think the 60s was the best decade, or maybe you are more fond of the 70s, the
Yeah.
disco era?
Or even the 90s. There's some pretty good music in 1994.
Exactly. So come to our website and let us know what you think, and also if you have any questions or comments.
Marco and I are always around to answer your questions, so thanks for downloading, and until next time,
Goodbye.
Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A place where a person lives.
Pad.
Appreciate, like.
Dig.
The latest, cool.
Far out.
Sleep, informal.
Crash.
Buddy, informal way to call a close friend.
Brother.
Relax.
Hang loose.
A big party.
Bash.
An extremely exciting moment.
Happening scene.
Enjoyable, old-fashioned.
Groovy.
Leave here.
Split.
See you later.
Peace out.
An informal way to call a friend.
Man.
Hold.
Throw. Let's try that faster.
Relax.
Hang loose.
Enjoyable, old-fashioned.
Groovy.
Leave here.
Split.
Hold.
Throw.
The latest, cool.
Far out.
A big party.
Bash.
A place where a person lives.
Pad.
See you later.
Peace out.
Sleep, informal.
Crash.
Appreciate, like.
Dig.
An extremely exciting moment.
Happening scene.
Buddy, Informal way to call a close friend.
Brother.
An informal way to call a friend.
Man. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Crash. Hey man, can I crash at your place tonight? Crash. I lost my keys, so I'm crashing at my girlfriend's house. Crash. No, you've been sleeping on my couch for a month. You're not going to crash here tonight. Split. Hurry up, we've got to split before the police get here. Split. This party is boring. Let's split. Split. I have to wake up early tomorrow, so we're going to split. Man. Hey man, watch where you're going. Man. Yeah man, that's a great idea. Man. Man, that was awesome. Pad. Don't you want to come over and check out my new pad? Pad. After his divorce, Tony set up a bachelor pad in the city. Pad. I need to get my own pad. I'm tired of living with my parents. Throw. We're going to throw a huge bash to celebrate your birthday. Throw. I'm throwing a dinner party tomorrow night. You should come. Throw. Congratulations on getting engaged. I want to throw your wedding shower. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another edition here with us at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we are doing the third part of our Old English series. And today we're transported back to the 1970s.
That's right. So we're going to learn some 1970s slang, some phrases that were really popular back in the 70s, but are also still in use today.
Exactly. So it's going to be a very cool lesson today. And before we start with the dialogue, let's take a look at some of the words that we're going to find in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
Well, we have two words for you in Vocabulary Preview, and they're both found in the dialogue. The first one, roller rink.
A roller rink.
A roller rink.
Okay, so a roller rink. Let's break that down and let's look at the first part.
All right, so roller. We might recognize this from roller blades or roller skates.
Okay, so yeah, when you go rollerblading, roller skating, those things that you put on your feet to skate.
Right, wheels, not like a blade or a knife.
Exactly. So that's roller. And what about rink?
Rink is the place where you do skating.
Okay, so if you go to a roller rink, it's this big area where everyone can rollerblade or roller skate.
That's right.
Okay. And what about the next word?
A block.
Block.
A block.
Okay, so this is a noun, a block.
And a block is a part of a city that is surrounded by 4 streets.
Okay, so a city is made up of many blocks.
Yep.
And everyone lives on a block.
Exactly. So it's a square within the city.
All right, very good. So these are the two words that we previewed, and we're going to listen to them now in the dialogue. We're going to hear two guys just talking about normal, everyday things, but we're going to be listening to them in 1970.
Hey man, how's it hanging?
Hey, man. Everything is just groovy, baby.
Did you go to the roller rink on Saturday? I heard it was far out, man.
I wanted to, but I ran into this foxy lady that just moved to my block. I was chatting her up a bit, and then we mellowed out at her place.
Right on, right on. Well, Jim went to the rink with Sherry, and he said it was dynamite. He was low on bread, but Sherry paid for everything.
Gravy! Jim is such a jive turkey, man. He's always hitting me up for cash. Anyway, you want to book and go grab some grub?
Yeah, man, I'm starving.
Okay, groovy dialogue.
Yeah, really nice, huh?
All right, so some interesting language in here. And like we said, it sounds a bit strange, but a lot of this is still used today in modern English. So why don't we look at some of these words in language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, on language takeaway today, we have the first word, far out.
Far out.
That was far out.
To be far out.
Okay, so it's just another way of saying
Cool.
cool. That
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So they went to the roller rink. It was far out. It was really cool. But the other guy couldn't go because he saw a foxy lady.
A foxy lady.
Okay, foxy lady.
So basically, a foxy lady is a really good looking or sexy woman.
Right. Commonly, you would hear some men refer to a attractive woman as a fox.
Okay, so foxy lady. Now,
Okay.
Marco, can we say a foxy man?
No, this is a phrase that you would only use for women.
Okay, so foxy lady.
Foxy lady.
So after he met up with the foxy lady, they both just decided to mellow out at her place.
To mellow out.
To mellow out.
Okay, so mellow out. What does this mean exactly?
Basically, just to relax.
Right, so to relax, to take it easy. To mellow out.
So what did you do on the weekend?
Oh, nothing. I just stayed at home and mellowed out.
Okay. All right, and so the response to that was...
Right on.
Right on, right on.
Right on, right on.
And so basically they're saying, okay, good, I agree.
Yeah, this phrase, you can say as good, yeah, that's nice, or you can also say it as, well, correct, I agree. So why don't we listen to some examples of how we can use this word in other situations?
Example 1.
Right on. You got a high score. That's amazing.
Example 2.
You got the job? Right on.
Example 3.
Jenny was right when she told me she thought Rick was no good for me. I should have listened to her.
Okay, so I think that's pretty clear. We can see how it means correct or also, okay, good.
All right on. And now we also have another word that's similar to far out. He said gravy.
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 Now, if you look it up in a dictionary, it's going to tell you something else, right?
Gravy is a sauce you put on meat.
Right. But in this case, we say gravy is cool. It's nice.
Yep.
All right, so gravy.
That was gravy. Now, finally, at the end of their conversation, they said, wanna book.
Okay, let's book.
Book.
So, to book as a verb.
Yeah, interesting verb. It basically means to leave a place quickly.
Okay, so we have to book. The police are coming.
Right. Or, I gotta book, guys, I'm late.
So book, to leave quickly, to leave suddenly.
Yep, and that word is used quite commonly today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's used among like younger people. You would say, yeah, let's book. This party is dead.
Okay, great. So there's a lot of pretty cool phrases in this dialogue, pretty groovy phrases.
Yeah.
Why don't we hear them again in context?
Hey, man. How's it hanging?
Hey. Everything is just groovy, baby.
Did you go to the roller rink on Saturday? I heard it was far out, man.
I wanted to, but I ran into this foxy lady that just moved to my block. I was chatting her up a bit, and then we mellowed out at her place.
Right on, right on. Well, Jim went to the rink with Sherry, and he said it was dynamite. He was low on bread, but Sherry paid for everything.
Gravy. Jim is such a jive turkey, man. He's always hitting me up for cash. Anyway, you want to book and go grab some grub?
Yeah, man, I'm starving.
All right, so now that we understand these 6 words that we saw in Language Takeaway, it's time for us now to take a look at some great phrases that we can use today in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, so at the start of the conversation, there was an interesting way he started talking to his friend, right?
All right, he said, how's it hanging?
How's it hanging?
How's it hanging?
Okay, so basically, how is it going?
How's it going? How
Yeah.
are you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you notice in the spelling that we do have a G at the end, ing, right?
Yeah, but usually you don't really pronounce the G in this context because it's very informal. So, how's it hanging?
How's it hanging? So he said everything was just groovy, and then he started telling him about how he met a girl and he chat her up a bit.
To chat her up.
Okay, so to chat somebody up.
So when you chat someone up, you talk with them, right?
Yeah, you're making conversation.
But it's more than just conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, you're trying to be a little bit flirty and maybe saying nice romantic phrases or something like that.
Yeah, so usually it's between a woman and a man,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And it's the man who chats up the woman.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little bit of a sexist phrase here.
To chat someone up or to chat up a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was chatting her up.
That's right. And so they were talking about how Jim went to the roller rink, but he didn't have any money, right? Because Jim is always hitting his friends up for cash.
Okay, so to hit someone up.
To hit someone up.
So before we explain this word, let's listen to some other examples so then we can maybe understand the meaning.
Example 1.
Can you believe Patrick? He came up to me a month ago and tried to hit me up for some money.
Example 2.
When I was a kid, I used to always hit my dad up for lunch money.
Example 3.
This is the last time I lend you money. Don't even try to hit me up for more.
All right, so when you hit someone up for something, you ask for it.
So usually it's to ask for money, right?
That's right.
Okay, so to hit someone up. And now for our last phrase. Let's book and let's go grab some grub.
To grab some grub.
Grab some grub.
Okay, let's break this one down. With the final word, grub, what are we talking about?
Grub is an informal way of saying food.
Okay, so to grab some grub is to get some food quickly.
Yeah, let's go get some food.
All right, so maybe it's time for us to grab some grub. And while we're doing that, you can listen to the dialogue one last time.
Hey, man, how's it hanging?
Hey, man, everything is just groovy, baby.
Did you go to the roller rink on Saturday? I heard it was far out, man.
I wanted to, but I ran into this foxy lady that just moved to my block. I was chatting her up a bit, and then we mellowed out at her place.
Right on, right on. Well, Jim went to the rink with Sherry, and he said it was dynamite. He was low on bread, but Sherry paid for everything.
Gravy! Jim is such a jive turkey, man. He's always hitting me up for cash. Anyway, you want to book and go grab some grub?
Yeah, man, I'm starving.
All right, so some interesting phrases, and even though some of these words you may not really commonly hear anymore, they might still be used in movies or something that's related to the disco era because it's very, very popular still, right?
Yeah, that's right. Some of our more advanced users could even use a lot of these phrases in a kind of funny way to reference back to 1970.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun, and, well, you will use them or you will hear them from time to time, even today.
And remember, if you have any questions about the language you hear in these lessons, check out our website at englishpod.com.
Exactly. We're there to answer any questions, and we'll see you guys there.
Thanks for listening, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Popular dance music, especially of the late 1970s.
Disco.
House.
Crib.
A performance, especially by a band.
Gig.
Used to say that something makes sense.
Right on.
An authority figure, like the boss or government.
The man.
A negative situation.
Bummer.
How's it going? How are you?
How is it hanging?
Cool, excellent, enjoyable.
Groovy.
An enclosed place for roller skating.
Roller rink.
The latest. Cool.
Far out.
Sexy, attractive.
Foxy.
Part of a neighborhood surrounded by 4 streets.
Block.
Talk informally to a person you're attracted to.
Chat someone up.
Relax.
Mellow out.
Money, informal and old-fashioned.
Bread.
All right, cool.
Gravy.
A person who is unreliable or irresponsible.
Jive turkey.
Ask someone for money.
Hit someone up for.
Leave quickly.
Book.
Food, informal.
Grub.
Let's try that faster. A person who is unreliable or irresponsible.
Jive turkey.
Used to say that something makes sense.
Right on.
Food, informal.
Grub.
Popular dance music, especially of the late 1970s.
Disco.
Part of a neighborhood surrounded by 4 streets.
Block.
An authority figure, like the boss or government.
The man.
A negative situation.
Bummer.
Leave quickly.
Book.
Money, informal and old-fashioned.
Bread.
A performance, especially by a band.
Gig.
An enclosed place for roller skating.
Roller rink.
The latest. Cool.
Far out.
Sexy, attractive.
Foxy.
House.
Crib.
Talk informally to a person you're attracted to.
Chat someone up.
Ask someone for money.
Hit someone up for.
Cool, excellent, enjoyable.
Groovy.
Relax.
Mellow out.
All right, cool.
Gravy.
How's it going? How are you?
How is it hanging?
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Groovy. Where did you buy that groovy shirt? I really like it. Groovy. The party at Paul's house last night was groovy. Groovy. James has a groovy new motorcycle, and he said he would let me ride it. Far out. I went to the cinema and saw the new Star Trek movie. It was far out. Far out. You got a job at Morgan Stanley? That's far out, man. Congratulations. Far out. Did you see how fast that car went? That was far out. Mellow out. I don't feel like going out tonight. I think I would just mellow out here at home. Mellow out. Chopin really mellows me out when I'm feeling tense. Mellow out. After final exams, let's go down to the beach and mellow out. Right on. Right on. You got a high score. That's amazing. Right on. You got the job? Right on. Right on. Jenny was right on when she told me she thought Rick was no good for me. I should have listened to her. Book. This party is really boring. Let's book and go to another bar. Book. The police arrived and started arresting people, so my friend and I booked as fast as we could. Book. Dan saw his ex-girlfriend at the restaurant and started to get nervous and ended up booking.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be looking at English, slang, and informal words used in the 1980s.
So this is the next part of our decades dialogues.
Exactly. So the 1980s, maybe for many of our listeners, is a little bit more familiar. And there are a lot of phrases and a lot of words that were born in this decade, and we still use them today.
So we're going to learn those words and phrases in this dialogue, but before we start, we need to preview a couple of words. So let's go now to vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
So one of the words that we're going to hear in our dialogue is ride.
Is that your ride?
Is that your ride?
So a ride. Normally we know this word as a verb, right?
Right, to ride a bicycle. In this context, it's an informal way of referring to your car.
So a ride is a car.
Yeah, so I just bought a new ride.
All right, well, maybe you'll take me for a ride in your new ride.
In your new ride.
Yeah.
All right. And we're also going to be looking at this word loaded.
He's loaded.
So if you are loaded,
you're really rich.
You have a lot of money.
Yep.
You are loaded with money. So loaded and ride. Those are our two words for vocabulary preview. And, well, let's listen to our 1980s dialogue and see what happens.
Jim, what's up, man?
Charlie, is that your ride? It's butt ugly, dude.
Don't be an airhead. This is a 1969 Chevy Impala. I just need to fix it up a bit. In a couple of months, this baby is gonna be wicked.
Not even. Check it out. Now that's a fresh ride.
Well, too bad the driver's a major dweeb. Anyone can have a car like that if their daddy's loaded like his.
He's coming this way. Be cool.
Hey guys, what do you think of my automobile? Isn't it bad to the bone?
Word. The ladies are gonna be lining up to get with you when they see you driving around in that car.
You really think so?
For sure.
Awesome.
Psych! You totally fell for it.
You're a real scumbag, Charlie. When I do the nasty with the prom queen, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Dude, don't have a cow.
All right, so typical high school students of the decade, right?
Definitely very, very 80s.
Very 80s. And well, of course, you always have the situation with the cool kids and maybe the kids that are not so cool, and well, they're making fun of him, right?
Yeah, but they use some really cool words. So let's look at them now in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so the first word that we saw in language takeaway and was really interesting, this word, butt ugly.
It's butt ugly.
That car is butt ugly.
So when something is butt ugly, it's really ugly, right?
It's very ugly. It's not just ugly, it's very ugly.
Mm-hmm. And butt is like
from your
bottom.
From your bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
So he said the car was butt ugly, and the other guy answered by saying, hey, don't be an airhead.
An airhead.
Don't be an airhead.
So an airhead is someone with air in their head.
In their head. So they're not very smart.
They've got no brains.
They've got no brains, right? So he said, don't be an airhead. Don't be such an idiot. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, for the third word, he described his car as being wicked.
It's wicked.
Wicked. That's wicked.
It's going to be wicked.
Okay, so this is a very 80s way of saying it's going to be cool.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be wicked.
All right. And now when they saw another car pulling up, a new car, he described it as a fresh ride.
It's a fresh ride.
Now we understand that ride is a car, right? Mm-hmm. So a fresh ride.
It's another way of saying cool.
Okay, so kind of similar, wicked and fresh.
Yeah. Now finally at the end of our dialogue, they said, you're a real scumbag, Charlie. So this word scumbag is interesting.
You're a scumbag.
A scumbag.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's still used today, I would say.
Yep. So when someone is a scumbag, they're just really not a nice person.
Yeah, they're not nice, or they're not, maybe to a certain point, honest.
They're not kind.
Exactly. You're a scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's not a very harsh word, right? It's not harsh to call somebody a scumbag?
Well, it's not like a swear word, but it's certainly not a nice thing to say to someone.
Okay, exactly. All right, so let's listen to all these adjectives that we've just looked at right now, again in our dialogue, and then we'll come back and look at some more phrases.
Jim, what's up, man?
Charlie, is that your ride? It's butt ugly, dude.
Don't be an airhead. This is a 1969 Chevy Impala. I just need to fix it up a bit. In a couple of months, this baby's gonna be wicked.
Not even. Check it out. Now that's a fresh ride.
Too bad the driver is a major dweeb. Anyone can have a car like that if their daddy's loaded like his.
He's coming this way. Be cool.
Hey guys, what do you think of my automobile? Isn't it bad to the bone?
Word, the ladies are gonna be lining up to get with you when they see you driving around in that car.
You really think so?
For sure.
Awesome.
Psych. You totally fell for it.
You are a real scumbag, Charlie. When I do the nasty with the prom queen, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Dude, don't have a cow.
Okay, well, you know what, Marco? I love the 80s. I love the language of the 80s. I love the music of the 80s. And I'm really loving these phrases from the 80s. So why don't we look at them now in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
All right, so on Fluency Builder today, let's take a look at these phrases that you were talking about. And the first one is very interesting. So these two guys that were making fun of this other person that was in this nice car, and he called him a major dweeb.
A major dweeb.
He's a major dweeb.
What a major dweeb.
Now let's break this into two parts first. Well, let's see what dweeb means.
Well, a dweeb is a very uncool person.
Okay, so kind of similar to a nerd.
Yeah, a small kind of guy with no power.
Okay, he's a dweeb. Now, this word major.
It just means big, really serious.
So it's a way of emphasizing, right?
Yeah. And you can say anything. You can have a major anything, like, I've got a major headache.
Or I can say, I have a major problem this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so major, a very big problem.
Yep. Now, they're talking about this really cool car, and the guy who is a bit of a dweeb, he said, isn't it bad to the bone?
Bad to the bone.
It's bad to the bone.
All right, now, this is also part of a famous song, Bad to the Bone, but what does it mean?
Well, when something is bad to the bone, it's super cool. It's like, it's so dangerous that it's cool.
Exactly. It's very, very cool. It's bad to the bone. Now, this is not used anymore.
No. Don't walk out of your house and use this phrase tomorrow.
All right. But it's interesting to know because there is a famous song that has this phrase in it. So, bad to the bone.
All right. So the car was so cool. It was bad to the bone that all of the ladies would be wanting to get with the driver.
All right. So somebody wants to get with you.
He just wants to get with you. So if you want to get with someone, you want to have sex with them.
Right. So if you want to get with someone, basically it means that you want to have sex with them. But there's another phrase that was used in the dialogue that means pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, to do the nasty.
To do the nasty.
They're doing the nasty.
Okay. Now this was a very popular way of saying it in the 80s. It means to have sex as well.
Yeah. But this one is a little bit rude, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more direct.
Yeah.
If you and your friends are talking and you say, hey, I think that girl wants to get with you, it's a little bit more casual and less obvious.
Yeah. Yes. Do the nasty is a little bit more, rude.
Yeah, a little bit more direct.
Yeah.
And now the last phrase that we're going to look at today was made famous by the cartoons, The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. And it's don't have a cow.
Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have a cow.
So to not have a cow, don't have a cow means?
To get really angry, to freak out, to get upset.
All right, so now we know that you say don't have a cow, but can I say it and use it in the positive? Can I say, hey, my boss totally had a cow today in the office?
Yeah, and it means, again, so it freaked out, got angry, made a big deal of something.
Okay, he had a cow.
Yeah, so Frank's gonna have a cow when he finds out I smashed his car.
Of course Frank is gonna have a cow. How can you smash his car? All right, but now it's time for us to listen to this dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this decade of the 1980s.
Jim, what's up, man?
Charlie, is that your ride? It's butt ugly, dude.
Don't be an airhead. This is a 1969 Chevy Impala. I just need to fix it up a bit. In a couple of months, this baby is gonna be wicked.
Not even. Check it out. Now that's a fresh ride.
Well, too bad the driver's a major dweeb. Anyone can have a car like that if their daddy's loaded like his.
He's coming this way. Be cool.
Hey guys, what do you think of my automobile? Isn't it bad to the bone?
Word. The ladies are gonna be lining up to get with you when they see you driving around in that car.
You really think so?
For sure.
Awesome.
Psych! You totally fell for it.
You're a real scumbag, Charlie. When I do the nasty with the prom queen, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Dude, don't have a cow.
Okay, so Marco, when I was listening to the dialogue this time, I heard a really cool word. They said psych.
Right. Now, this was a very popular thing during the 80s when you would say to somebody, psych.
So this is like saying, just kidding, right?
Just kidding, right. So you would say, oh, Eric, I really like your hat.
Oh, thank you.
Psych, that hat is terrible.
Oh.
Right? So that's how you would use it. You
Okay.
would give somebody a compliment or you would lie to somebody.
Yeah.
And then tell them psych and then like tell them the truth. Like, oh, that hat is terrible or oh, I was just kidding.
Okay, so psych. What a great
Psych.
phrase.
It was very, very popular. And when I was in school, we would use it as well. We would psych each other out.
So do we still use this phrase today?
I don't think we use it today. I don't think it's cool anymore.
Well, if you'd use it, it's kind of like you're joking, right?
Yeah, and I think it would make people laugh. Like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, you're joking about how you're a little bit old-fashioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very sure you would surprise a lot of your native English-speaking friends if you use this phrase.
A good one to try out. Now, if you have any questions about this phrase or any other of the language, come to our website at englishpod.com.
Right, we're there to answer all your questions and also let us know any other lessons or topics that you would like to learn about in the future.
Well, thanks for listening to this lesson, you guys, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. A silly or stupid person.
Airhead.
Information.
411.
Nerd. Loser.
Dweeb.
Relax. Chill out.
Take a chill pill.
Very good.
Wicked.
A male who plays a lot of sports.
Jock.
To be romantic with.
To get with.
Leave a place quickly.
Jet.
Rich.
Loaded.
Leave me alone. Go away. I don't care.
Bite me.
A car.
Ride.
Very ugly.
But.
Man.
Dude.
New. Cool.
Fresh.
Completely cool.
Bad to the bones.
Just kidding. I was joking.
Psych.
Get angry.
Have a cow.
Let's try that faster. Leave a place quickly.
Jet.
Very ugly.
But.
Very good.
Wicked.
New. Cool.
Fresh.
A silly or stupid person.
Airhead.
A male who plays a lot of sports.
Jock.
Completely cool.
Bad to the bones.
Nerd. Loser.
Dweeb.
A car.
Ride.
Just kidding. I was joking.
Psych.
Man.
Dude.
To be romantic with.
To get with.
Leave me alone. Go away. I don't care.
Bite me.
Rich.
Loaded.
Relax. Chill out.
Take a chill pill.
Information.
411.
Get angry.
Have a cow.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Airhead. I dated a girl in college and she was a real airhead. She thought Europe was a country. Airhead. Bob is a real airhead. All he can talk about is girls, parties, and drinking. Airhead. Can you believe that Nick called me an airhead? He is such a jerk. Wicked. My brother is an amazing hockey player. He has a wicked slap shot. Wicked. I just saw the new Terminator movie and it's wicked. Wicked. There is a comedian that does a wicked imitation of the president. It's so funny. Dweeb. My classmates in high school thought I was a dweeb because I liked math. Dweeb. Stop being a dweeb. Let's go out tonight. You can study tomorrow. Dweeb. Catherine has a new boyfriend, and from what I hear, he's a real dweeb. Loaded. I wish I were like Bill Gates. That guy is loaded. Loaded. Jason's father owns stock in most Fortune 500 companies. That guy is loaded. Loaded. You want to buy a Ferrari? Dude, you need to be loaded to even think about doing that. To get with. Tom has been dreaming of getting with Sarah, but she already has a boyfriend. To get with. If you want to get with Lucy, you have to be nice and sweet. To get with. I heard you got with Daniel last night. Is that true?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're looking at another one of our lessons for English of the past decades. And this time it's the 1990s.
Well, you know, the 1990s is a little easier for most of us to remember.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit more recent. We're going to be looking at a lot of language that is still used today. Most of these words and phrases are still used today, so they're going to be very useful, and you're going to sound a lot more native.
A lot cooler as well, huh?
Right. So before we get started with this lesson, why don't we take a look at vocabulary preview?
Vocabulary preview.
We have two words we're going to hear in the dialogue. Now, the first one is a mall.
A mall.
M-A-L-L, mall.
All right, so a mall is basically short for shopping mall.
And a shopping mall is a big building with many stores inside.
Right, so it's like a shopping center. And our last word for vocabulary preview is gang.
The gang.
The gang.
Okay, so a gang is a group of people, right?
Yeah, it's a group of people. You can call your friends the gang. We're going to go out with the gang tonight.
Yep. Now, we sometimes hear this word and it has a negative meaning, right?
Right, like street gangs.
Yeah, so people who fight and deal drugs and all that sort of stuff.
Right, so it can have a negative and a positive meaning, but it just depends on how you use it.
Yeah, but in the dialogue, we'll hear it with a positive meaning.
Right. So that's all the words we have for vocabulary preview. Let's listen to this cool and hip dialogue from the 1990s, and we'll come back later and explain some words.
Hey, Four Eyes. What's up, man? How have you been?
Not bad. Just went to the mall and picked up some junk. Check out my new Adidas.
Those are dope. You are gonna be getting mad props from the gang, man. Anyways, have you seen Betty lately?
Dude, don't even go there. That girl started tripping because I went to the movies with Veronica the other day. I was like, look, you knew how I was before you got with me.
That's right. You are such a player, man. Dude, there's Mad Max. Let's go say hi.
Max, what's up? Are you okay? You look like you just saw a ghost.
I got an F in English class. My life is over.
Dude, get over it. You need to lay off the books for a while and have some fun. Come on, let's bounce.
Where are we going? Oh, crap. My dad's gonna go postal when he finds out about this.
I'm gonna open the can of whoop-ass on you if you don't come with me right now.
Okay. Jeez.
Well, it sounds like this guy's got some problems at school, huh?
Yeah, he got an F on his paper, but you always can count on your friends to try and cheer you up by doing something.
Yeah, but they use some really great phrases and vocabulary words, so why don't we look at those now in Language Takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, on language takeaway, we're going to be looking at 5 words. And, well, let's start with the first one.
So the guy was talking about his really cool new shoes, his new Adidas, right? Mm-hmm. And his friend said, those are dope.
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 Okay, so it's pretty easy to understand when something is dope.
It's really awesome.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Right, it's great. So that's dope.
Mm-hmm. And it's an adjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his friend said those are dope, and he said, you're going to be getting mad props from the gang.
Okay, so mad props.
Mad props.
We can divide this word in 2. So let's take a look at the first part, mad.
Mad.
So we understand that mad is angry, right?
Yeah, but it can also mean a lot,
Or
right?
like amazing.
Or really.
So if I say you have mad skills.
You're really good at something. Mm-hmm. Or you can say she has a mad amount of shoes.
All right. So he's going to get mad props. Now props is like respect or compliments.
Yeah. So his shoes are so cool that he's going to get a lot of respect or a lot of compliments from his friends.
Exactly. Mad props.
Mad props.
So they started talking about girls, and he mentioned that this girl started tripping.
Trippin'.
Trippin'.
So to trip.
Right. As you notice, it's trippin'. It doesn't have the G at the end, which isn't really grammatically correct, but that's kind of the way it's pronounced.
Yeah, we would never say the G.
Right. So if somebody is trippin',
they're getting really upset. They're getting really angry.
Right. They're causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we listen to a couple of examples of how we could use trippin' for different situations?
Example 1.
Leanne was tripping because I got dirt on her car.
Example 2.
Even though I apologized for calling her fat, Jeannie was tripping all night.
Example 3.
He sent me 43 text messages and called me about 20 times. That guy is tripping over me.
Okay, so that's pretty clear. Trippin'.
All right. Now moving on to our next word. They wanted to go somewhere, and he said, come on, let's bounce.
Let's bounce.
Let's bounce.
I'm going to bounce.
Now, bounce basically means let's leave.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
But we might be more familiar with this word as in like a ball, right? A ball bounces off the floor.
Exactly. So I guess it's kind of the same. You kind of bounce off the floor and leave that place.
Yeah.
Let's bounce.
Okay, so for our final word, now this guy who got a bad mark on his paper, he was nervous about what his dad would say, right?
Right.
Because his dad was going to go postal.
Mm-hmm. He said, my dad is gonna go postal.
To go postal.
Now, if you go postal, it means you go crazy.
Yeah, you really freak out.
You get very angry.
Yeah, like really angry.
This word comes from the 90s because during a time it was very common in the United States that postal workers, mailmen, were going a little bit crazy, and they started shooting people and delivering some strange packages.
Well, I guess so people who work in the post office maybe don't have the most exciting jobs, and that drives them a little crazy.
Exactly. But now they have a term named after them. All right, so why don't we listen to our dialogue for the second time? We're going to slow it down a little bit, and then we'll come back.
Hey, Four Eyes. What's up, man? How have you been?
Not bad. Just went to the mall and picked up some junk. Check out my new Adidas.
Those are dope. You are gonna be getting mad props from the gang, man. Anyways, have you seen Betty lately?
Dude, don't even go there. That girl started tripping because I went to the movies with Veronica the other day. I was like, look, you knew how I was before you got with me.
That's right. You are such a player, man. Dude, there's Mad Max. Let's go say hi.
Max, what's up? Are you okay? You look like you just saw a ghost.
I got an F in English class. My life is over.
Dude, get over it. You need to lay off the books for a while and have some fun. Come on, let's bounce.
Where are we going? Oh, crap. My dad is gonna go postal when he finds out about this.
I'm gonna open a can of whoop-ass on you if you don't come with me right now.
Okay. Jeez.
Okay, so I think that was a little easier to understand. You know, we've got a lot of pretty strange words and phrases, some interesting slang.
Yeah, and I want to take a look at this slang now, so let's get started with Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Okay, so the guy with the new shoes, he asked his friends, have you seen Betty lately, right?
Right.
And his friend replied, don't even go there.
Right. He was like, dude, don't even go there.
Don't even go there.
So what does he mean when he says, don't even go there?
He means, don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Right. Don't even touch that subject.
Don't even mention it.
Right. So if somebody wants to talk about a topic that you think is sensitive or you don't want to talk about, so say, hey, don't even go there.
So Marco, what do you think about the new tax law?
Don't even go there. I don't even want to talk about politics.
Okay, so I think that's a really actually quite helpful phrase to avoid talking about an uncomfortable subject.
Right. So he said, don't even go there. And he started talking about the girl and she was tripping. And then he said something interesting. He said, I was like, look, you knew how I was before you got with me.
Yeah, I really like this phrase. Now, I want to focus on the first part. I was like.
I was like.
I was like.
Now, you might hear a lot of native English speakers use these three words before they start telling you what they said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like saying, I said, or I told him.
Yep. So this actually is really common, especially with people under the age of 30. So why don't we hear a few more examples of how it's used now?
Example 1.
This guy caused a car accident, and I was like, you idiot! You can kill people by driving like that.
Example 2.
And then I was like, I hate you. And she was all like, I hate you more.
Example 3.
I told the teacher that I didn't finish my homework, and he was like, I'll see you after school.
So if you're telling a story or you're maybe talking to somebody and you want to explain what you said, you can say, I was like, hey, what are you doing? And she was like, what? So you can have an entire dialogue based with I was like, she was like, we were like.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I was like, it's super, super useful. So now our next word. Now they saw their friend who got the bad mark in school, and the guy said, dude, get over it.
Get over it.
Get over it.
So if somebody tells you to get over it.
Stop worrying about it.
Okay. Or
stop thinking about it.
All right. So if somebody is sad because maybe his girlfriend broke up with him, you would say,
get over it.
Yeah, stop thinking about it. Let it go. It's in the past.
Yeah, and you commonly use this for when somebody is upset about a small thing, something they shouldn't worry about.
Mm-hmm. Get over it.
Yep. Now, why don't we go on to our final word? At the end of the dialogue, they said, I'm going to open a can of whoop-ass.
Okay, so to open a can of whoop-ass on somebody.
To open a can of whoop-ass.
So again, let's break this down before we explain it.
Okay, I think we have to take one step back here. To whoop someone's ass is to beat them up, right?
Right.
To punch them and hurt them.
Right, so to whoop somebody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
So if I open a can of whoop-ass, what does that mean?
It means you're going to beat them up.
So it's just a funny, very informal way of saying, like, in this can, I'm going to open it and I'm going to start hitting you or something like that.
Some sort of small man is going to jump out of the can and start hitting you.
Exactly. But it's never literal. It's not like you're actually going to beat somebody up. It's just kind of like
kind of a joke.
Yeah, it's an empty threat.
Yeah.
All right, so some really interesting words and phrases in this dialogue. I think we should listen to it for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this great decade.
Hey, Four Eyes. What's up, man? How have you been?
Not bad. Just went to the mall and picked up some junk. Check out my new Adidas.
Those are dope. You are gonna be getting mad props from the gang, man. Anyways, have you seen Betty lately?
Dude, don't even go there. That girl started tripping because I went to the movies with Veronica the other day. I was like, look, You knew how I was before you got with me.
That's right. You are such a player, man. Dude, there's Mad Max. Let's go say hi.
Max, what's up? Are you okay? You look like you just saw a ghost.
I got an F in English class. My life is over.
Dude, get over it. You need to lay off the books for a while and have some fun. Come on, let's bounce.
Where are we going? Oh crap. My dad is gonna go postal when he finds out about this.
I'm gonna open the can of whoop-ass on you if you don't come with me right now.
Okay. Jeez.
Well, Marco, in the dialogue, I heard one of the guys say, "What's up?" But he said it in a really strange way, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He said, "What's up?"
Okay, so what's up with that?
So in the 90s, it was popular, instead of saying "what's up," you would just kind of double the S and just say "what's up." And then it became very famous with a TV commercial for a certain beer.
And actually, I remember this commercial during the Super Bowl. They had this big commercial where everyone was saying "what's up" in this really strange way, right?
It's still used today informally between friends. You'll go, "Hey, what's up?" and "what's up?"
Yeah, and
so you'll use it.
Yeah, so that commercial made it actually quite cool and famous to talk like that.
Actually, in Spanish Pod, they have a show called ¿Qué pasa?, which is like the translation of "what's up?"
Oh,
and
right.
They start each show with like saying "¿Qué pasa?", but it's exactly the same. So maybe it will become popular in Spanish.
Maybe, but I guess only...
Time will tell.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so really cool stuff. And as we heard, typical music from the 90s. And another interesting thing was the nicknames. Four Eyes, Mad Max, very popular among young kids.
Mm-hmm. So remember, if you have any questions about this language or anything else about this lesson, come to our website at englishpod.com.
Right, you can leave all your questions and comments there, and we hope to see you guys there.
So thanks for listening, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Recognition, informal.
Mad props.
Slang way of saying I'm the best and more.
All that in a bag of chips.
Being agitated, upset.
Tripping.
Wearing gold or precious stones.
Bling bling.
Informal of saying let's go.
Bounce.
Something is cool, it's great.
The bomb.
To act violently or aggressively.
Go postal.
Expression used to say my mistake or I'm sorry.
My bad.
An informal way to introduce a piece of dialogue.
I was like.
That sounds good to me. I agree.
I'm down with that.
What's up?
What's up?
Let's try that faster. Slang way of saying I'm the best and more.
All that in a bag of chips.
Wearing gold or precious stones.
Bling bling.
To act violently or aggressively.
Go postal.
Informal of saying let's go.
Bounce.
What's up?
What's up?
Something is cool. It's great.
The bomb.
That sounds good to me. I agree.
I'm down with that.
An informal way to introduce a piece of dialogue.
I was like.
Recognition, informal.
Mad props.
Expression used to say my mistake or I'm sorry.
My bad.
Being agitated, upset.
Tripping.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Mad props. Mad props to Christopher for that burger he made. It was amazing. Mad props. You have to give mad props to the creator of this site. It looks great. Mad props. I got mad props for the speech I gave yesterday. Everyone was impressed. I was like, this guy caused a car accident, and I was like, you idiot. You can kill people by driving like that. I was like, and then I was like, I hate you. And she was all like, I hate you more. I was like, I told the teacher that I didn't finish my homework, and he was like, I'll see you after school. Bounce. Come on, let's bounce. I have to be home soon. Bounce. All right, guys, I have to bounce. I'll see you later. Bounce. I am getting a bit tired of this party. Let's bounce. Tripping. Leanne was tripping because I got dirt in her car. Tripping. Even though I apologized for calling her fat, Jeannie was tripping all night. Tripping. He sent me 43 text messages and called me about 20 times. That guy is tripping over me. Go postal. I was so angry at work with the new workload, I was afraid I'd go postal. Go postal. Don't tease Carl right now. He might go postal. Go postal. My ex-girlfriend went postal on me when I broke up with her.